5:30. I just finished reading my book, The Culture Code by Daniel Coyle. Highly recommend. Fantastic book on how to build a team structure and how to create some better leadership strategies for you to communicate with others. Today I want to talk about something that I think is very important, especially coming off the back of us leaving, going on a 2-week vacation to Europe, is how to get shit done and still enjoy your life. I'm going to talk about the ways that I prioritize, schedule, and execute so that I can run Master Athletic Performance, Coaches Corner University, coach about 45 clients at a time, mentor close to 20 coaches at a time, and still be able to train 2-3 times a day, go to the gun range, spend time with my wife, and have some quality time with these ham puppy dogs. And just talking a little bit about the vacation. Whenever we go away, I try to take something back with me. I try to take a lesson back from the vacation that I'd like to integrate into my daily life. And the one thing that I settled on from this trip was stillness. Being in a place with such a deep history and a deep culture. A lot of the places that we stayed were more so small towns, and it literally felt like we were traveling back in time. And the views were absolutely incredible. And I found myself just stopping, pausing, breathing, truly being where my feet are. And in the hustle of coaching, business building, entrepreneurship, we often do not take the opportunities to pause. Even a moment like this, I've already done my morning routine. I've already, taken my supplements, made my coffee, cleaned up some piss off the floor because our old guy is getting old and starting to, have some problems. I've already read 20 pages of my book. And I did that before I filmed this video because sitting on the couch with the dogs, reading, that's a beautiful moment. That's a moment of stillness, and I'm trying to cultivate more of that. And the important thing is that takes time, and time is our most valuable asset. So how do I operate during the day to cultivate more time and time for stillness? We were gone for 13 days. We went to 5 different cities. We flew into Dubrovnik in Croatia. From Dubrovnik, we went to Split. From Split, we also explored 5 different islands in the area. Then from Split, we drove to Ljubljana. We were able to train at my friend Luca Hosevar's gym, Vigor Ground. From Ljubljana, we went to Lake Bled to Riva del Garda to Venice, and then we flew out of Venice back home. And truthfully, I thought about vlogging the trip. I thought it'd be like, oh cool, we could vlog the trip and it'd be great to remember, but I felt like it would pull away from my ability to be present. And this concept of stillness, moments of calm, moments of presence, that is truly where the magic of your life lies. How often do you recognize and are fully conscious of the fact that you are where your feet are? And throughout this trip, there were so many opportunities for me to do that, whether it was sitting along the lakeside in Lake Bled, or running along the path through the mountains in Riva del Garda, or sitting on a gondola in Venice, looking at the beautiful architecture and the buildings and the hustle. And even amongst all the chaos of tourism and things like that, there are opportunities to be calm and still and present. The colors are brighter. The food tastes better. There is more enjoyment and fullness to your experiences when you embrace them. Being present truly is the hack to everything. If you are not present, you are not putting forth your best efforts when it comes to business. When you are not present, you are not putting in your best intent when it comes to training. When you are not present, you are not cultivating deep, meaningful relationships. I know. People talk a lot about being present, but seldom talk about the strategies that they implement to cultivate that feeling. I'm one of them. I truly do struggle with presence. When I am uncomfortable, I tend to dissociate. That is something that I will search for the next piece of work or the next project, or I'll add something to my plate to force me to keep going rather than just being calm and still. This is a cope that I developed through some really stressful times in my life around age 30. And, my birthday's on Monday, and I'm in a position where I'm doing a lot of reflection, and I'm realizing my life is better when I am more present in it. And I cannot be more present in it when I'm running 100 miles an hour. So today we're going to talk about strategies to prioritize your most important tasks and responsibilities first, how to schedule those within your day, and then how to execute them to the best of your abilities, making sure that you are where your feet are. You are present in every task that you are doing. You are present within every experience, and you can live the most full and enjoyable life. So as you saw, got my guns ready for the range today. It's Friday. Friday is the day that I've assigned to myself to go to the range. And it's one of the things that I do on a weekly basis, or that I was doing on a weekly basis, to cultivate an element of presence. When you're standing at the line with a firearm, you can't be anywhere else other than where you are. And I have come to love shooting and the process of lining up your shot, staying calm, using the feedback of the end result, making adjustments to get myself away from work, get myself away from stress, and just be in the moment. And it's something that, coming back from vacation, I'm going to be getting back to having that as part of my routine. Unfortunately, with prep and then all the travel that we had leading into our vacation, it's one of the things that fell off. And when we talk about the things that we're going to talk about today with regards to prioritization, with regards to scheduling, you have to be violent in your execution. You have to be diligent in your prioritization, because you cannot sacrifice something below your priorities for something that is above. And if I place myself and my own mental health and my own well-being above work or training or any of those things, then I have to be diligent in holding myself accountable to that. First thing we're going to talk about is routine. As corny as it sounds, have routine will travel. So no matter where I go, no matter what I do, if I want to get as much done as I can, the most important thing is establishing a routine and sticking with it. As you saw, I wake up every morning between 4:30 and 5. Now my routine is I wake up, I make my coffee, and I sit down and read 10 to 20 pages of my book, and then I get to work. This morning, because it's a range day, instead of getting to work, I got prepped for the range. After that, it's go do some movement, whether it's intervals on the bike or whether it's a run like it was this morning. I get movement in first thing in the day. Even on vacation, I woke up at the same time every day, usually between 6 and 7. We're on vacation, so I didn't really set an alarm. I just woke up when I was ready. I made my coffee and I got a little bit of work done. If Olivia was sleeping, she usually sleeps with earplugs, because I have a CPAP. So I was able to just sit down in bed with my laptop in the hotel room, get a little bit of work done. As soon as she wakes up, she has her coffee. We relax for a little bit, and then we got our movement in together, which was something that I really enjoyed. And I hope it's something that we can establish some sort of routine in our week to get some movement in together. From there, I go on with my day, whatever's scheduled. So today, schedule is movement, breakfast, and then I'm gonna go train. Once I go train, I have a call, and then I'm gonna go to the range. So whatever it is, your routine has to stay with you. I take the same supplements when I travel. I do the same routine in the morning. I wake up at the same time. I go to bed at the same time. And that allows me a controllable amount of time in my day to schedule the tasks that I have to do. The run that I did this morning was awesome. It was the best run I've done. This week was a trial. I did a 20-minute run on Monday, a more easy run on Wednesday, and then today another 20-minute run. The two 20-minute runs are the longest continuous runs that I have done to date. I actually set a PR for my mile time today at 8:54, which is huge. Set a PR for my kilometer time at 5:24, huge PR. PR in the 800 meter, 4:18. And I actually was able to maintain a lower mile pace at 10:42 for the entire run, including the warm up and cool down, which is about 45 seconds faster than I did on Wednesday and a full minute and a half faster than I did on Monday. So huge run PR for me. Being a beginner has been awesome. The new challenge of setting PRs and different things, it's super motivating. I find myself wanting to explore my capacity. And again, when you do hard things, you're able to discover different things about yourself that you may not have been able to discover before. It's the biggest catalyst for personal growth. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I'm gonna head to the gym. I'll take you along with me for that. We're going to get a full body workout in with some plyos to start, some single leg movements, some pressing, some pulling, some single leg hinging, and then some core work. And then we're going to head to do a call with Josh Sucher, who is the CEO of Train Heroic. Phenomenal company, phenomenal individual. We're just going to get a catch up in, and then I'm going to head to the range and dump some mags and have some fun. And I'll take you with me for that too. Oh man, I honestly can't tell you how good it feels to move my body through space, feel like an athlete again, get some air under my feet. I remember for the longest time, jumping was the scariest thing in the world after my surgery. This just feels fucking good. And it's so nice. I haven't been in my email yet this morning. I've just been focused on doing the little things that I need to do, whether it be, getting my guns cleaned, my meals prepped, car packed, get to the gym, go for the run. It's just been about me this morning and it feels amazing. So first couple of movements, superset, split squat with dumbbell bench. Just warming up here. We've got 4 sets of 5 on the split squat, 4 sets of 8 dumbbell bench. Warming up. Notice using a boxer grip there, trying to get a little bit more shoulder extension, which is going to be really important in all the overhead movements that I'm going to be doing. 20 pounds heavier than we did 2 weeks before the vacation. See how we do? One of the major changes with the training is moving my body through space and putting myself into positions where I have to brace my core. So that front load of the barbell is going to pull me forward really far. So I've got to maintain a lot of core stability to stay upright. Movements I haven't done in a really long time. Everything that we're doing is catered towards getting better at running, getting better at tactical games. So carrying objects, moving objects across space, and moving my body through space, stabilizing my hips on one foot. This machine's absolutely incredible, but it's so awkward to get into. If anyone has a better idea on how to get into this machine, send me a DM.
So obviously training is a big part of my life, a big part of my business. And it's one of the reasons why I'm able to do the things that I do is the way that I train. But I'm not sure I want this to be a training channel or a business channel. It's just a Paul channel. And I want to share my journey, share my process. So some of the videos are going to go through just workouts like this where I'm just going to walk you through, get it done, get out. Some of them are going to be deep dives into why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, or different philosophies on training or strategies involved. And I'll do the same thing with my nutrition and bring in some case studies with nutrition from clients. These are just ideas that I have, but if there's specific things that you want to see, training, nutrition, business, life, mindset, manhood, I'm all here for it. Hell, even if you want more gun content, I'm here for it. Comment below, let me know what you want to see. Big proponent of not taking yourself too seriously. This is the hardest part of my workout. It's a mobility exercise, and it sucks. It's called a 90-90 transition to a get up, and you'll see why. So obviously, the goal is to do it without your hands. It's gotten a lot better, but I still feel like a whale on the beach. GHD sit up, focusing on keeping the quads flexed the whole time, trying to get as much extension through the hip as possible in the bottom, and pulling the kneecaps to the ceiling on the way up. All right, so finished up that workout. It was 3 sets through the plyo circuit, did some forward backward sprint, some weighted jumps, and some split jumps, then into the front rack split squat, which was 4 sets of 5, then supersetted with dumbbell boxer grip bench, which was 4 sets of 8, then 3 sets of rows, 3 sets of single leg RDLs, 3 sets of GHD sit-ups, and 3 sets of 90-90 get-ups. Doing 3 sessions like that a week, so 3 full body sessions, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday is just an assistance upper body day, just to get in some additional volume, because you can never have too big arms, shoulders, and back. Sitting here ready to eat my meal, normal meal, beef, rice, fruit, veg, and an egg for a little bit of extra fats. Gonna sit down on a call with Josh Suture. Like I said, Josh is the CEO of Train Heroic, amazing entrepreneur, father. He's become someone who I trust in this industry a lot. He's a man of very high character, and I respect him to a great deal. The first thing I want to talk about is the things that help me stay organized. When you have a lot of things on the go, it's very challenging to stay organized. And I use, different project trackers, different project management strategies, and I honestly rely on a lot of to-do lists. I have a number of to-do lists in my phone and my reminders app. I have ongoing projects. I have a daily to-do list, and I have things that I want to do. So I kind of cycle things through those 3 lists based on what's the priority at that time. Now, this works directly with your calendar. So one of the things that I'm very big on is a concept called daily non-negotiables. And the way that you establish your daily non-negotiables is you go through every single business task that needs to get done on a weekly basis. And you assign it a frequency to that task. So something like for me, video reviews. I need to do those every day. Something like check-ins, I need to do those twice a week, and those happen to be on Sundays and Tuesdays. Something like budget reviews, that should happen once a week, and so on and so on. You do that for every single task that you have on a daily basis, or on a weekly basis, excuse me. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up your schedule, and you're gonna look at all of the days of the week. Before you put any tasks on your calendar, the concept of pay yourself first comes into play. So things like training, things like spending time with your partner, things like going to the gun range. Those things get put into my calendar before any work things. Those things are done at the same time, each day, week over week, So they're a repeating meeting in my calendar. Then from there, I look at the space available and I look at which days are the busiest. Take, for example, Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a big check-in day for me. So I don't assign any daily non-negotiable tasks to Tuesday. That leaves me Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Thursday is also a very busy day in terms of meetings because I have my group mentorship call. So I assign very few daily non-negotiable tasks to that day. How this works is, and I'll take you through a video capture of my calendar as I go through this, you pay yourself first, and then you assign tasks to the days where you have the time to do them. And then what you do is you create a block of time within that day to accomplish those tasks. The reason for the daily non-negotiables is even when your day goes to shit, even when you're feeling the worst you're feeling, if you woke up and you had AIDS, you could still do those daily non-negotiables for that day and your business would move forward. That is the goal. This creates a basement level of productivity that you need in order to move the business. Then from there, you can stack on additional blocks like the to-do list, like the future projects, like the things that you want to do on top of your daily non-negotiables to be able to grow. As my business has grown, I've added elements to my strategy. So about a year ago, I hired an executive assistant. She helps me to stay organized. She keeps track of my lists. She has ownership over my calendar. She helps with my email. She helps with organizing my emails and addressing the things that need to be addressed. And she'll actually reply to some emails that are quick replies, book meetings and things like that because she owns my schedule. That has saved me a tremendous amount of time. The other thing that we use is a group WhatsApp text for Master Athletic Performance. This is how we keep all of our coaches aware of the things that are going on. Other companies use Slack, other companies use Discord. For us, WhatsApp works best because all of our coaches use WhatsApp in some capacity, so we don't have to have them download a new platform. Another platform that is extremely valuable is called Trello. Trello is a project management software that allows you to create different blocks, and then each block becomes a different project, and then you can assign different tasks within that. And Trello is something that my executive assistant uses to keep herself organized, and then she will alert me to things that need my attention within the Trello board. So Slack, Trello, WhatsApp, there's also software like Asana or Monday.com that work very well. I'm just telling you what strategies work best for me. So next up, we're gonna do the call with Josh. We're gonna go to the gun range, and then I will take you through a screen capture of my schedule and how I assign those non-negotiables. We are back on the couch, and it is actually Saturday, so it's the day after yesterday. I was absolutely buzzing after my call with Josh. I went to the range, as you saw, and usually at the range, I do have a plan of what I want to do. So I will have a specific number of shots, a couple drills that I will want to do. But having not been to the range in a number of weeks, I just wanted to get more familiar with my firearms. So I worked a lot on grip. I re-sighted my AR-15 and got to use my AR-9 for the first time with it sighted in, and it was fantastic, shooting really, really well. So just got used to the firearms again. Now that every Friday is going to be a range day, I will get back to doing some drills. Also take you guys through some dry fire training that I do in the garage as well. The key here with the channel, like I said, is I only want to make content that you want to see. So I planned on doing this entire video yesterday. And after I went to the range, I came home, I had a bunch of meetings, and then I had to get my third training session in. Keeping with the theme of prioritization, I had to get that training session in before we left to get together with a couple friends. We went to a theme park for Halloween, and the workout, the time with friends, and the calls with my clients were all higher on the priority list than the YouTube video. So guess what? YouTube video got pushed. We're still gonna get to it. The next thing I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna hop into my laptop, do a little bit of a screen share, and show you how I set up my prioritization, my non-negotiables, and my calendar, and have everything together. The next thing that I have here is
my reminders app. So my reminders app is how I stay organized on all the things that I have. This is how I stay organized on all the projects and things like that I'm working on and what I'm supposed to accomplish today. So these are all the ongoing projects that I would like to accomplish, both personal and professional. These are the things that I'm supposed to do today. So I got to work on my tax return. Awesome. I'm going to do some intake and onboarding stuff to enhance the onboarding experience for our clients with Master Athletic Performance. I've got to do a Loom video for my assistant to teach her how to help me with this. I'm going to finish the YouTube video and I'm going to send some receipts to our bookkeeping software. And then I also have a list of YouTube videos that I'd like to make. And if you guys have anything you'd like me to add, make sure to let me know. We've also got supplements that I need to order, groceries that are on the list. Liv is actually on her way to Costco right now to grab those. The other video ideas that I have in here, different podcast guests that I'd like to have, team meeting notes I'll put in here and then send those out to the team, restaurants that Olivia and I would love to try. And then I also have a packing list whenever we travel, I make a list of things that I need to pack because I am notorious for forgetting to pack things. So this is essentially how I stay organized with the things that I have on my plate. And then aside from the schedule, this is how I make sure I know where I can put things within the schedule to get them done. So as you guys can see here, this is a base week for me. I just fast forwarded to week mid-January where I didn't have any additional meetings booked other than the ones that I have pre-scheduled. And you'll see at the beginning of every day, there is an appointment that is an all-day appointment that's titled Daily Non-Negotiables. This is coming from that list of weekly tasks that need to get accomplished in order for the business to move forward. So if I click on any one of these, you'll see 7 to 9 different tasks that need to get completed on a daily basis in order for that business to move forward. And each one of the days is different, and each one of them has a different frequency. So you'll notice on Monday, on every single day, I have newsletter and video review. Newsletter, video review. Newsletter, video reviews. That's because I send newsletters every day. Some of the days there's social media prep. Some of the days there is YouTube video writing. Some of the days has a budget review. This one has review client roster. It also has downloading podcasts and editing them and developing lecture and course content. So each one of the days is a little bit different. And every single week, I know that within these 7 days, I will accomplish all of the tasks required for my business to move forward. The other thing you'll notice is that each day between 4:30 and 8 a.m., that's my cardio run breakfast time. This is also where I do my reading. This is where I drink my coffee. This is where I hang out on the couch with the dogs, as you'll see. Puppy over here. Puppies over there. This is my time. And the reason I schedule that thing first thing in the morning is this is before my emails start to explode. This is before my phone starts going off. This is when I am able to devote the time required to do what I need to do for myself. Now, the other thing that you'll see is you'll see a few meetings in purple. These are regularly scheduled weekly or bi-weekly calls with my mentees. These are pre-scheduled on a weekly basis. And every time I get a new mentee, there's a new meeting that gets scheduled in there according to the time requested. The other thing that you'll see is my training times are in there. So I have my morning cardio breakfast run. I also have my training on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I also have my range time scheduled, and this occurs on a weekly basis. Then I also have my afternoon training. So this would be a kettlebell session. This would be a strongman circuit training session, kettlebells, circuit training, kettlebells. I'll do my ruck in here as well, which I finished this morning. Had a PR ruck, so super stoked on that. Then I also have in orange, these are education sessions for me. So I have my coach's room mastermind call that I'm a part of. I also have my mentorship with Meredith Patchy for functional health. That's been my focus, is making sure that I'm educating myself on functional health and digestion for my clients. And then I also have a group mentorship call here at 6 p.m. And this means that I actually need to move this meeting forward with my team to make sure that we get that in. So that's our bi-weekly Master Athletic Performance team meeting where we meet with all of our coaches. And then you'll see here I have my weekly meeting with my assistant. So this is my base schedule. I also have it in here to prep for my group mentorship call that I orchestrate, where I go through all my mentees' check-ins. So within a week, I have pre-scheduled meetings. I have Coaches Corner University meetings. This is a course development meeting. And then I also have all of my training, all of my self-care and things like that. And then I also know what days I'm doing what tasks in order to move the business forward. So this is how I organize my week. This repeats every single week, and you'll see different calls, different weeks, but those training times stay the same, that self-care time stays the same, and the daily non-negotiables stay the same. The other thing you'll notice is on a few of the days, mainly Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have a block in there. This is a block, meaning that no one external to our organization can book a call with me. That's because on Tuesdays, I have my check-ins with my clients, so I make sure that I don't allow any external meetings to be booked on those days. That also tells my assistant not to book appointments on those days. And then on Fridays is my range day, and I don't want to overpack that afternoon, so I've blocked that day as well. Wednesdays tend to be a little bit of a lower key day for me, and then Thursdays and Mondays tend to be much busier for me as well. So the key here is making sure that I can get in everything every day and allocate the appropriate amount of time for my business.
Life is what you make it. If I had a one-liner for what I do, it's I help people pursue personal development through business, training, and nutrition. And that's all this video is about. Learning how to build the business of your dreams and enjoy your life is really simple. We did a deep dive on routine. We went over how to establish your non-negotiables for business and leverage your calendar to make sure you can fit everything in during the week that you need to get done to move it forward, while also putting yourself first. And with all of this, there's an overarching theme of priorities. And one of the things that strikes me as odd about young entrepreneurs, young coaches looking to build businesses is a lack of clarity on what their priorities in life are. And the final piece to establishing a life that you can live and enjoy while building your business is making sure that you have your priorities in line. One of my favorite exercises that I give every single one of my mentees and most of my clients is the top 5. So here's the rules. You have to give me your top 5 priorities, but the caveat is you can never sacrifice something below for something that's above, ever. That's the rule. So for me, my mental health, my wife, my family, my training and nutrition, and my business is 5th. What that means is, even if something is very important to my wife, but I would have to sacrifice my mental health to help her with it, I have to say no. I have to say no to my wife. And you'll notice I also put myself first. Because in my world, if my cup is not full, I cannot help other people. I actually prefer to help others with the overflow of my cup than to empty my cup for them. You'll also notice that my business is 5th, and I put training and nutrition above it. That means that I don't miss meals for meetings, I don't miss training sessions for projects, anything along those lines. My training and nutrition is very important to me. Now, do I expect all of you and all the coaches that I work with to have the same top priorities as me? No, these are the priorities for my life. What is my responsibility is making sure that they adhere to their priorities. And whenever their priorities are challenged, I teach them how to make evaluations on whether or not their priorities are actually their priorities. And initially there's going to be a lot of reevaluation. And I'll be honest, there are some seasons in life where you may have to reprioritize things, but it has to be a conscious choice, and you have to make sure that whatever order that you settle on, you adhere to no matter what. Just like your non-negotiable tasks every day, your priorities need to be non-negotiable. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I gave you some insights into the things that I do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and philosophically on how I make sure to live the life that I want to live while building the business of my dreams. I've been able to build a phenomenal business with Master Athletic Performance. I've been able to help a lot of people with Coaches Corner University, and our businesses continue to grow. And guess what? I still spend time with my wife every day. We still have date night every week. We still go on dog walks every day. I still train 2 or 3 times a day. I still hang out with my friends, and I live the life that I want to live and can travel the world and do it. So let me know if you want to see something different. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll catch you on the next one.